मैडम जी देखिएगा। मैम सेंटर सेंटर।
मैम सेंटर।
मैम लुक सेंटर लुक सेंटर।
सागर थोड़ा पीछे थोड़ा सा बस।
मैम लुक हियर।
सेंटर मैम होल्ड।
मैम होल्ड होल्ड।
मैम होल्ड सेंटर मैम। लुक हियर मैम।
पीछे से करना।
मैम यहाँ पे सेंटर में
इधर ये है ना।
मैम लुक बैक।
आवाज ना आ जाए। मैम सेंटर सेंटर।
मैम इधर 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 एक है।
नहीं सॉरी नहीं उसके बीच में।
मैम यहाँ मैम
सामने आप
नहीं जी यहाँ पे नहीं
यहाँ पर आपको सामने।
जी
यहाँ जी आप यहाँ पर सामने।
नेहा जी इधर
यू आर नॉट हैप्पी और मैं
यहाँ पे
नेहा जी स्ट्रेट
नेहा जी
लेफ्ट लेफ्ट।
हाँ जी यहाँ पर
नेहा जी
नेहा जी यहाँ पे सामने।
यहाँ पर
सेंटर सेंटर
नेहा यहाँ
नेहा जी नेहा जी नेहा जी। या थैंक यू। यहाँ पर और कुछ बोल लो।
यहाँ पे
यहाँ
वहाँ पे तो पहुँचे नहीं बैकवर्ड चल के मैम लोग क्या और ये कहना मैम लोग क्या
होल्ड मैम।
मैम लोग क्या
नेहा जी प्रॉपर लो। बॉडी लेंगे।
मैडम यहाँ पे लेफ्ट में लेफ्ट सेंटर यहाँ।
मैम सेंटर
बोलो बोलो।
मैम राइट राइट।
मैम सेंटर
मैम लोग को यहाँ मैम यहाँ ओके थैंक यू। आ जाइए स्वाद आ जाइए
मैम राइट राइट।
मैम सेंटर सेंटर
राइट राइट यहाँ पर राइट
तो
कॉर्नर।
मैम थोड़ा सा आगे ऊपर
यहाँ भी यहाँ पर सामने।
सेंटर मैम नेक्स्ट सेंटर या
सेंटर।
या मैम अविनाश
अविनाश थोड़ा मोबाइल
लेफ्ट में मैम यस
मैम सेंटर।
all of you here.
राइट 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 राइट। सेंटर मैम। होल्ड होल्ड मैम।
Who's asking? Yes, yes. I mean, definitely Freedom to Feed is an initiative that's been started by me. Of course, today we've got a lot of support by mums, by brands, and it is World Breastfeeding Week. We're here to have a very important conversation. We're here at the Freedom Table. We're going to be talking to mums like Soha Ali Khan, Geeta Phogat, and we're very, very excited to be doing this. This is our first time ever, and we're ever so grateful. मेरी बस ये उम्मीद है कि जब हम World Breastfeeding feeding week पर बाहर आके to normalize something like this, अगर हम बातें करेंगे तो आगे जाके ये बात है वो फैलती है, women come out, they get more empowered, and it's a very important conversation to have at this time.
And during the initial years when you become a mother, how it become challenging to take care of the child and manage professional front and both personal and professional management?
You're absolutely right. I mean, whoever says it's easy, I don't think it's true. बहुत मुश्किल होता है, पर हर माँ की और हर पेरेंट की जर्नी अलग होती है. कई बार होता है कि हमको लगता है कि हम इस जर्नी में अकेले हैं, पर जब आप बाहर आते हैं, जब ऐसे पैनल्स होते हैं, जब इतने अंदर कॉन्वर्सेशंस होती हैं, यू फील कि हाँ हम इसमें अकेले नहीं हैं. दिस वॉज माई जर्नी. वन वे और द अदर, you relate to someone's story, and it's very important to get these stories out, not just today with Faye and Soha and with Geeta. We've also had many online discussions, and this year we kick-started Breastfeeding Week with having conversations with Geeta Khan, Masoom Meenawala, Dia Mirza and Bipasha Basu.
And don't you feel like even men should take care of the children equally? I mean, responsibility should be shared equally when it comes to taking care of the child.
जी हाँ, आज ऐसे with the way we're standing here in front of this important, like for me this is one of the most important backdrops I've ever stood in front of, because चाहे हम बात करें fourth trimester की, चाहे हम बात करें breastfeeding की, चाहे हम बात करें co-parenting की, one way or the other it's very very important. I'm here standing in front of all of you. I mean, our son is 22 months old, and I'm not going to shy away from saying this. I've got my husband Angad, who's upstairs in the room looking after our son, because he's like, you go ahead and you do this right now. And then later on in the evening, unka kuch kaam hai, I'll be looking after our children. These are not assigned duties. सबको ये मेरे हिसाब से, और बाकी सब लोगों का अलग नज़रिया है इन सब चीज़ों में, but मेरे हिसाब से it's very important कि you look at co-parenting as treating it not कि 50-50 हमें काम करना है. 100% of it is my job, 100% of it is my husband's job, and जहाँ पे आप fit हो सकते हैं आप वो करिए. Because I think probably apart from like giving birth or feeding your breastfeeding your baby, there's nothing else that the husband can't do. And even in that journey of feeding, breastfeeding, they can also be there for you emotionally, physically, and many other ways. Yeah, I am. The biggest project I was working on was my kids. After that, the bigger project I was working on was myself. I just felt that kahin na kahin I was not devoting enough time for myself. I'm feeling fitter. I feel like stepping out much more. It's taken me, because I also had my second baby in the midst of COVID, and there were lockdowns, and we didn't know where life was actually taking us. So, I mean, more longer than other people, I've finally found my bearings. I have a film coming out in Feb of next year. It's with Vicky Kaushal, Tripti Dimri and Amy Virk. I also have a new show that I've signed, and I'm shooting for it in September. So as you can see, my smile, I feel like my work gets me going. My children are the love of my life, and my work gets me going. And finding that balance on days like these that I do, and all of you show up to ask me this question, I feel very excited. And then there are days that you're like, am I getting too tilted towards work, or am I getting too tilted towards my kids? But it's about kai din hote hain ki you find the balance, kai din hote hain you don't find the balance, but there's no science. You'll figure it out one way or the other.
How you manage yourself as a celebrity or as a mother?
I feel it's both. सबसे पहले तो मेरे को ऐसे लगता नहीं है कि मैं अपने दिमाग में सोचती हूँ कि मैं सेलिब्रिटी हूँ जब मैं घर से निकलती हूँ, बट येस मैं ज़रूर, मैं माँ हूँ, मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं, और मेरे हिसाब से आई एम अ वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल. एंड कई दिन होते हैं मुझे लगता है कि जब मैं काम पे हूँ तो मुझे काम, जहाँ पे मैं काम कर रही हूँ वहाँ पे मेरी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. सो इट्स ऑलवेज अ मिक्स. एंड रोज़ आपको वो बैलेंस नहीं मिलेगा, जैसे मैं पहले भी कह रही थी. कई दिन मिल जाता है, कई दिन नहीं मिलता है. एंड कई दिन होता है कि आपको अपने आप को समझाना होता है that this is what is important and expected out of me today. Sometimes being with your kids is more important, and sometimes being on a film set is more important, but you find that balance.
मैम बात करते हैं ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग की, तो ये बहुत नेचुरल चीज़ है जो स्टार्टिंग से चला आ रहा है, बट वर्किंग वुमन के लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है कहीं ना कहीं, जैसे कि आपने कहा बैलेंस करना. तो आप क्या टिप्स देना चाहेंगे जो वर्किंग वुमन है उन्हें कैसे, मतलब इससे सोल्यूशन क्या है?
I mean, कई options होते हैं, कई choices लेती हैं women. Sometimes they decide on taking maternity leave for 6 months. Sometimes they feel like, they have to go back to work. For that, you have, brands like these, like Philips Avon, where you get a pump and you can take that to work. Sometimes you know that no, you have to go back to your kid every 2.5, 3 hours. So how do you find that balance? So my only tip is that what at that point makes you happy, because आपकी जो क्षमता है और आपकी जो खुशी है, उन दोनों को मिलाकर जो आपके thoughts हैं उन पर ध्यान रखिए, अपने आप पे ध्यान रखिए, because I feel like happy healthy moms raise happy healthy children, and but that's my way of looking at it. And there are times that you're not. The fourth trimester actually is the hardest part of your pregnancy and motherhood journey, and you have to be very attentive to yourself, but one way or the other reach out for support, look after yourself, and endless cuddles to your baby and be there for them.
Even Bipasha ma'am was there, I mean, like, regarding this should be very emotional, what did you say?
Oh yes, this happened on Freedom to Feed. We had a very important conversation with Bipasha Basu, and I feel like her story as a mother, the strength that she has shown in not just living that moment of actually, coming to terms with the fact that, her child needed immediate medical attention, but also to be coming out on a public platform and talking about it. This is the first time I'm talking about it, and it's been absolutely incredible. I mean, I'd like to say, compared to Bipasha, we are a very small community. As Freedom to Feed, I just reached out to her and I said, Bipasha, will you talk about your journey? And she told me 5 minutes before the live, she's like, I'm nervous because as a person and as a human being, I can't lie, but there's something I want to truthfully share. And I was like, sure, is it okay for me to ask you a question that you'd like to share? And she said, yes, if I feel brave enough, 15 minutes into talking to you, I will share that. And I respect her strength. My heart goes out to her, the amount of courage she's shown, not just at the time when she was living it, but also by sharing it. And I promise you, agle din jab main uthi, in my phone itself, there were messages from, and I forwarded it to her, there were messages from different parts of the world, how other mums have experienced it, and how they were sending love and strength, taking more, courage from her, and also taking advice. And every person, she was like, I send them my love, I send them my strength, and she was replying back to each and every one. It's an incredible journey. I tip my hat off to Bipasha, to Karan, and to the little baby Devi, and they're absolutely fine, and that's all that matters right now. Thank you.